Hey guys, welcome to Turk Test Kitchen. I am Matt Turk, and it is time to dive into something I am truly passionate about: how to cook the perfect steak. So here we have a 16-ounce New York strip, which I believe is the perfect cut of meat. It has, in my opinion, the perfect fat to meat ratio, and that fat's just gonna render out throughout the cooking process and give us a nice juicy piece of steak. So the first thing we have to do for this steak is make sure it is completely dry. And you can do this by simply just patting it down with a paper towel. This is gonna help us get a nice crust on the outside. Then you're gonna season your steak on all sides with salt and pepper, including the fat cap. Do not neglect your fat cap. You're looking for even salt and pepper distribution on all sides of your steak. And go ahead and press your salt and pepper right into the steak. That way it sticks better to the meat and helps you get a better crust on the outside. I know there's a lot of people out there that say you should massage the seasoning into your meat. That's not really my style, but hey, if you want to go ahead and massage your meat, go for it. I don't judge. I can't believe we just went there on our first episode. Anyways, let's talk butter basting. We're gonna take 4 garlic cloves and gently bash down on them with our chef's knife. This is gonna let them release all of their garlicky goodness into the butter. And a special request on behalf of the garlic: please do not obliterate your garlic cloves. We are not looking to make garlic mush here. Repeat this step with all of your garlic cloves, and then we can move on to the butter. For the butter, you're gonna want a 1/4 cup of high quality unsalted butter, and we're gonna use this butter to baste our steak after we flip it with the garlic to enhance the flavor. Now on your stovetop, you're going to take a 9 to 10 inch cast iron skillet and heat it on medium-high heat until it is screaming hot. Once your skillet is up to temperature, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of a neutral oil, I used grapeseed, to your cast iron pan and let it heat up for about 30 seconds or until it starts smoking lightly. Next, you're going to take your steak and place it in your skillet. Then gently press down on it to make sure it has full contact with the pan. And now just let the magic happen. Sear your steak for 3 to 4 minutes on the first side undisturbed. Whatever you do, don't touch it. That is law around here. Just let it sit and watch as it develops a beautiful dark crust. Now it's time to flip your steak. Let it sear on the other side for 2 minutes, and again, don't touch it. Don't poke it. Don't even ask how it's doing. I mean, why would you even do that in the first place? I don't know. Just let it cook. One thing I forgot to film was the searing of the fat cap. This is a crucial step that should not be overlooked. Simply hold the steak in your tongs and place it directly on the pan, fat side down, for about a minute. The goal is to sear the raw white fat and render it so it's not chewy and disgusting. The result will be a soft, melt-in-your-mouth piece of fat that flavors your steak beautifully. After 2 minutes have passed, it is time to get buttery. Simply add your garlic cloves to your pan and shift your steak towards the back. Now add all of your butter to your skillet, being sure to splash some hot oil onto yourself and let it start to melt. Start throwing spoonfuls of your butter over the steak and really question if you've actually seen anything more beautiful in this world. I mean, just look at that. Maybe let's slow it down just for a second, just to let you experience how beautiful this is. Continue to cook your steak for another 1 to 2 minutes while you butter baste, and take a moment to really embrace the sights and sounds of your kitchen right now. Okay, we're almost there. We just have one more thing to do before we can cut into our steak. After your steak is finished cooking, remove it from the heat and place it on a board or a rack and let it rest undisturbed for about 10 minutes or so. Alright, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to cut our steak. Take your razor-sharp chef's knife and slice right down the center of the steak, revealing your medium rare center. I like my steak rare to medium rare, so for me this is perfect, but if you want your steak cooked more, then you can just leave it in the pan searing on both sides for a couple minutes longer. Then slice each half of your steak into 1/2 inch thick pieces and serve it just like that. And that is it. It's now time for my favorite part of this entire cook. It's time to eat and enjoy the delicious steak that you made for you, maybe a loved one or a friend. This is a celebratory meal, and you should be proud of yourself that you pulled it off. Right away, the flavor is rich and beefy. The crust on the outside adds a nice chew, and it is just dripping with juice. But wait, remember that brown butter we left in the skillet? Reserve some of that and drizzle it over your steak. This will bring your steak experience to an entirely new level. That browned butter acting as a sauce adds another dimension of flavor and makes your steak even juicier than it already was. And that is it. What else can I say? But this brings our first episode of Turk Test Kitchen to an end. Make sure to subscribe down below and give a like to this video, and stay tuned for more videos coming weekly here on Turk Test Kitchen. Now get to cooking.